Okay, I have mentioned in the past that I have some backup stuff sort of in my linen closet, and a few people have asked to see what's actually in there, like what I actually have as sort of, you know, products that are waiting to be used, like shower gels, soaps, you know, face scrub, stuff like that. So I'm going to take you into my closet today. All right, to give you some context of where this closet lives, we have a guest bathroom right here, and then the closet that keeps all of our linens and backups for stuff is right over to the left. So here's an overview of the entire closet. We're not going to be going through all the linens and stuff like that. We're mostly going to be focusing on those two shelves right there because they house all the interesting stuff. Okay, so this first shelf, I mean, it looks like chaos, but it's kind of organized in my head. This is all stuff from like medicine and stuff is like over here in travel pouches. All of our medicine stuff is seriously in that bin underneath this hot water bottle, but we're not gonna get into that because really nobody cares. So this top layer has all of my travel stuff. I have all of these kind of like little travel bottles full of shampoo and conditioner, which you know are not getting used anytime soon, but they live here so that I can grab them quickly and easily whenever I'm traveling anywhere. And that includes stuff like toothbrush cases, mini toothbrush, toothpaste. Wow, really struggling with the tooth stuff right now. I have like a mini travel razor. I think I've mentioned this before, but this thing is incredible. Like it's just one of those, what is it? Venus small little travel razors that is so handy for bringing anywhere because it's such a tiny compact case. I also have this Sephora collection nail kit. And you know, it's so funny. I bring this with me when I travel often. And it's so handy to use, but it looks so excessive. But there's really like things here for everything that you might run into with like hangnails and stuff like that. So I like the fact that it's this tiny little case that I can just throw in and then use as necessary. I have my travel case here for my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. I mentioned before, I really only use a beauty blender, but that fits perfectly in here. Love these things because they're just easy to have in your makeup bag. I also have a whole bunch of like sampler packets of like shampoo and conditioner, which I don't know, I'll pull these out whenever I travel, which sometimes is a mistake. You know, like I save them for times like that so I can just like chuck them when I'm at a location. But honestly, sometimes when I bring these kind of packets, my hair just looks awful because I'm not expecting the product to work a certain way with my hair, and it just like either goes really poorly or something. So sometimes bring these as a little bit of a crapshoot. I have a travel size of the Boscia Thermal Black Cleanser. I love this stuff. This one I got in like a race kit like ages ago. It's just the Irish Spring body wash. My dad used to use this soap all the time, so it feels a bit weird for me to use it, but I still have it on the off chance that I'll use it one day. In this little thing, I tend to put like mini sample size type things. So I've got a Batiste, pulling stuff out of here is gonna be treacherous. So there's a razor here. I have no idea where this came from. Not a freaking clue. I have a Batiste dry shampoo. Dry shampoo is not something that I really use, but it's handy to have on hand every now and then. I've got some, what is this, Glow Recipe or something? Glow Recipe Pink Glow, Watermelon Glow Pink Juice Moisturizer. I think these came in like a packet from like Sephora for like a point perk. I've got a sleeping mask here, more shampoo packs, I think. Yeah, shampoo and conditioner, I'll put those there. This moisturizer that I've been trying to use up for ages and it just won't finish. I brought this on vacation with me so many times. It's the Kiko Milano Hydra Pro Glow. It's just a moisturizing cream with SPF in it. Got an eye cream here from Kiko. Cetaphil moisturizing cream. Didn't even know I had that. This Glam Glow Thirsty Mud Hydrating Treatment. Actually, I'm going to take that out because I've been curious about buying a full size of that. I should try it out. Some little toothpaste covers. Again, a toothbrush cover is what I meant to say. I got a Vichy Aqualia Thermal Moisturizer here. Some tiny little baby floss. And then at the very bottom here, I have my Travelo that's filled with Burberry Her, which is nice. And I usually end up traveling with it just because it's already conveniently packed in here. But I really do want to get another Travelo that has Molecule 1 in it because that's my preferred scent. Okay, digging further back here, I have a backup of my Schwarzkopf Got To Be Volumaniac hairspray. This stuff is the absolute best. I've been using this for several years now since I went to a PR event for the brand, and it's my favorite thing to use in my curly hair. I also have another one from the same event, but I don't like it as much. It's just a high hold hairspray, so it's good if you really want to like tame loose ends if you're wearing like a ponytail or something like that. But I don't love the hold as much as this one, because this one has a little bit more give and flow. In front of that just fell over, is this Wella Nutri Curls Waves. I don't have naturally curly hair, so I'm a little bit skeptical about using this stuff. I just haven't really touched it yet. At some point I'll give it a shot, but I haven't yet. I did use the curly hair shampoo and conditioner, and that stuff was fine, but I mean, it didn't really give me curly hair because I don't have curly hair. I have a backup of some shaving gel. This is just the Gillette Venus with Olay Ultra Moisture. And then a backup of Q-tips back there. Oh yeah, and this little like travel baby size of Q-tips. I fill this up constantly. This thing is probably, I don't know, 20 or 30 years old. I got it from my mom like ages ago, and I just keep it because it's the best thing for traveling with. Okay, digging a little bit further into the back corner over here, I have backup deodorants. This one annoys me. I bought this one recently thinking that it was the Spring Breeze scent for deodorant, but it's really Shower Fresh. I don't know how I screwed those two up. Spring Breeze is my favorite by Secret, but I think it's being discontinued because it's so hard to find now. So I've got 1, 2, 3 of those deodorants. Some toothpaste over here, and then like I mentioned, I have a ton of these Gliss hair repair leave-in conditioners that I basically use as a detangler. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bottles of it currently, and I have a 6th one sitting in my actual bathroom that's being used right now. So these went on super sale at Metro recently, which is a local grocery store, and that made me a little bit panicked because I hope they're not discontinuing it. So this stuff is massively wonderful to me. I also have the Live Clean Exotic Nectar Argan Oil Detangler, but honestly I don't love this stuff as much as I do the Gliss one. I just have it here in case I should run out of those. And then for shampoo and conditioner for myself, I have 3 of the Gliss hair repair shampoos right now. Again, these went on sale at Metro, so I stocked up. But unfortunately, they only had 1 of the conditioner at the time, so I'm kind of like mismatched at the moment. I've got 1 conditioner and 3 shampoos, so I really have to investigate, you know, evening those up. Okay, the next drawer down is a little bit harder to film because my tripods just don't want to go this low, but this tends to be the more interesting stuff in here, which is kind of all like everywhere. So let me start at a corner that is nearly impossible for you guys to see. Yeah, like how do I get over there? Okay, so in the very corner over here, I have a Biore deep cleansing pore strips. I love this stuff. I've been using it since I was a teen. I never get tired of it. And I also have the Soap and Glory Scrub of Your Life. I think this is the pink scented one, scrub over here. I have a lot of scrubs right now that I'm trying to get through, so they just kind of like pile up a little bit. And then over in this little, like, it was like a PR container for Estee Lauder for their Pure Color Love lipsticks. I have, I keep my like razors in here. So I tend to use the Intuition one with the built-in moisturizing strips, so I don't have to use shower gel on my legs. But for my armpits, I prefer to use like a Venus sensitive kind of thing because it works a little bit better on my armpits. Usually that thing is super stuffed with razors. I really don't know why I don't have more in there right now, so I really got to go out and buy more. Over on the side here, I have a Calgon Take Me Away Ocean Breeze bubble bath. This stuff reminds me of my teens so much, and this was the scent that I used all the time. I used to have it in like a body spray as well. And then another bubble bath I have over here is the Live Clean Lavender and Vanilla Foam Bath. The scent's okay on this one. I don't love it as much as the Calgon one for sure, but it's handy to have. Okay, I just pulled more stuff out of the corner to make it a little bit easier. I have a eye cream right here. Eye cream is something that I really don't go through that often, so I find myself with a backlog of them. This is the Korres Black Pine 3D Sculpting, Firming, and Lifting Eye Cream. I haven't used this one at all yet. I also have the Zero Eye Cream. I did like their day moisturizer, so I'm excited to use that, but it takes me forever to get through eye cream, so it's gonna be probably like a year before I even get to it. And then at the very back, I keep, back there that is still like impossible to see, I keep bar soap. I'm actually a big fan of bar soap. I know a lot of people don't really tend to use it in favor of shower gel just because shower gel is so much more interesting. But I really like bar soap. Again, I've got this Irish Spring one from like, I think it was that race kit that I also got the shower gel in. Haven't used it yet. But then I've got this Native bar soap in the cucumber and mint. I do really like Native soaps. They are a little bit of a hassle to get because they are an internet brand. Generally back here, I've got a ton of Lever 2000 soaps, but apparently I'm all out, so I need to restock on that. Lever 2000 is my absolute favorite bar soap. The scent on that is just perfect to me. Okay, still over in the corner over here, I have two moisturizers. These are the Honest Beauty Hydrogel Cream. I haven't used this one yet, but I am eager to because I love anything that's kind of like that hydrogel texture. And then I've got the Zero Night Cream. Honestly, I've been using night cream as if it's day cream lately, just because I'm home all the time. And night creams do tend to be a little bit more hydrating, so I'll be using these ones shortly, but they're the ones that are kind of like sitting as backup until I finish my current one, which is an Aveeno Clear Complexion moisturizer. Okay, over here, I've got a backup of my Quo regular nail polish remover. Wow, I love how holographic that actually shows up. That's pretty cool. So I always have this stuff on hand. I get laughed at all the time because it's always in my empties, but I go through a lot of nail polish remover somehow. I also have another face milk here by, ooh, please focus, by Fourth Ray Beauty, which is of course the ColourPop brand. This is the Strawberry and Papaya face milk. It's softening and moisture booster, which is what I prefer. I always like the moisturizing stuff in this. And the oat milk one I'm using right now is fantastic, so I can't wait to use this one as well. Okay, for scrubs, I actually have quite a few here right now, and I only use my scrubs like maybe once or twice a week, so it takes a while to get through them. So this is a more recent one to me. This is the Soap and Glory Scrub for Joy Uplifting Body Polish, so essentially a scrub. And it is kind of like gelatinous and gooey. It smells really nice. It's like citrusy and slightly floral. Quite pleasant. I've got one here from JoJo's Bath Bombs. This is the Cozy Autumn Days Whipped Body Scrub, and this one smells incredible. But first of all, look how freaking cute that is. Like, it's got a little soap leaf on top. This is like very close to Leaves Candle. A little bit of an apple scent to it as well, but this is fantastic, and I really can't wait to use this one. And then we have my absolute favorite scrubs. These are the Soap and Glory Breakfast Smoothie scrubs. They are so freaking good. So I've got two of them that I actually picked up in England in 2019. So it just goes to show you how infrequently I use scrubs, but I don't ever want to be without this. I've gone through 2 or 3 of these already, and it's hands down my absolute favorite scrub. It just smells freaking phenomenal. It's like, honestly, it just smells like breakfast with like maple syrup and pancakes. It's wonderful. So I've got 2 of those ready to be used. And then at the very back here, I've got another shower gel, which is, you know, it's kind of nice that this is my only other shower gel at the back right now, because I used to have a backlog of like 10 of them, and it was just honestly ridiculous. So I just recently pulled out another shower gel to use, which was the Honey I Washed the Kids one by Lush. And in that same order, I picked up the Yog Nog shower gel as well, because I love the scent on this. It's very caramel and sweet, and it's just really nice. But right now I'm using the Honey I Washed the Kids one. And I'm only mentioning it because I literally just pulled it out of here like 2 days ago, so otherwise you would have seen it in here. Okay, pulling these to the forefront so we can see them a little bit easier. I've got a whole bunch of like face washes. First one I have here is a face, you know, this one is so strange to me. This says face scrub and mask. I would use this as a scrub for the face and not a mask for sure. It's the Nivea Urban Skin Detox 3-in-1 Clay Cleanser, and I keep a shower scrub or facial shower scrub in the shower as well. And like the body scrub one, I usually only tend to use it like once a week. So I don't get through these as quickly as I do a normal cleanser. For normal cleansers, I do have the Neutrogena Hydra Boost right here. And I've raved about this before many, many times. I love this stuff. I think it smells amazing, and it's really good at like keeping my face clean. And then I also have the Life brand Tea Tree Facial Cleanser. Haven't used this one at all before. Showed up in a PR package. I just put it to the back because it was like my most recent item, and I try to go through products that are a little bit older first. So whenever I get a new product, it goes to the back, and then I, you know, try to cycle through products that are a little bit older. Not old, but like older. So this is the remaining cleanser that I have in here, the Mary Kay Naturally Purifying Cleanser. Haven't used this one at all yet, so I can't say anything about it. At the very back here, I have a backup of the Bioderma Sensibio H2O Micelle Solution. I always buy these in duo packets whenever they're on sale because this stuff is an absolute, like, savior to me. I use this every single day to either, like, you know, clean up my face a little bit, make it feel a little bit more refreshed, or also as like a double cleanse whenever I'm removing my makeup. This stuff is phenomenal, and I don't think that the other brands come anywhere close to being as good as the original Bioderma one, so I've given up on all the other brands and I only buy Bioderma now. Okay, let's take a look at what we have in front here. Most of these seem to be, wait, that's a cleanser. Oh, this is a mess. I should have cleaned this whole area out before filming this, but hey, this is real life. Okay, so this is the Soap & Glory Drop in the Lotion lightweight body lotion. I've mentioned this before. I really like the scent on it. It's got a light coconut scent, and I'm currently using Neutrogena body moisturizer right now. But as soon as I finish that, I'm gonna be going on to this one. So this one here kind of escaped me. This is a Cocoa Kind Oil to Milk Cleanser. Prebiotic cleanser for soft and replenished skin. I don't remember when this showed up in my collection, so I think this is one of my more newer products. So what I'm gonna do is move that to the back of the cleanser area. So just move everything up and then put this at the very back. In front, we also have this Bath & Body Works Vanilla Bean Noel. My mother-in-law gave this to me because she's not a huge fan of the scent, and I believe she was gifted it by somebody else. And I was happy to pick it up because I like the Vanilla Bean Noel scent for sure. Another moisturizer here, but this one's for the heels. This is the Soap & Glory Heel Genius foot cream. I have not used this much at all, I don't think, because I'm super stuck on my Dermal Therapy foot moisturizer that I use for like heel cracks. So this one would probably be better for like just like topical moisture, I feel like, on the top of my foot as opposed to on my heels, but I can't speak too much because I haven't used it yet. As soon as I am done that Dermal Therapy one though, I think I will try this one out. Then I have Hand Food here by Soap & Glory. This is their hydrating hand cream. It's the original pink scent that everybody is very familiar with at this point. I like this stuff, and I've used a small sample size tube of it, but I haven't gotten to this large size yet. I'm not big on like hand moisturizer. I'm somebody who's more likely to put like body moisturizer on than hands, because like, what do you do when you put hand moisturizer on? Like, unless you're watching TV, which I do sometimes, but not that often. Like, generally I'm at my computer, like playing games and stuff like that. So what am I gonna do with a greasy hand on my keyboard? Like, just no. Okay, here I have a few makeup removers. So this is the Fourth Ray Beauty BFD Cleansing Oil. I picked this up quite some time ago. It was super cheap, it was highly recommended, but I haven't been wearing makeup enough in the last year to actually have started to use this, which is super frustrating because when I picked it up, I didn't have a lot of oil cleansers to remove my makeup, so I just snapped it up because I'm like, it's like 12 bucks, I'm gonna need it soon. And then 2020 happened and I just had no opportunity to even get through my current oil cleanser, which is currently sitting in my bathroom. It's almost done, but it's not done yet, which is a little bit frustrating. So I have no idea how this works, but I am eager to use it. I only have, this is shocking to me, one backup right now of the Marcel Gentle Makeup Remover for sensitive eyes. I go through this stuff constantly for eye makeup remover, and generally I've got like 6 to 10 bottles sitting in here. But again, 2020 hit, haven't been using a lot of makeup remover. I just haven't had the need to replenish this one yet. But hands down, best makeup remover ever. It even says right here, it's the #1 eye makeup remover brand in Canada. Like, this stuff is unreal. If you're ever in Canada and you want to know one thing to pick up from the drugstore, it's this thing. I would recommend this over any other makeup product for sure. This stuff is incredible. I also have a, don't let that fall over, Dermalogica Pre-Cleanse in here. I was very kindly gifted an Ulta gift card by my parents-in-law when we were there in Wisconsin over Christmas. Not for 2020, but for 2019. And honestly, I've gotten to the point where there's a lot of makeup that I don't really need anymore or want to pick up. And when I was shopping around Ulta, there was nothing really that I was grabbing my eye in terms of makeup products. And then I remembered the Dermalogica Pre-Cleanse cost an absolute fortune, but that I had loved it intensely. I had been gifted one of these, I don't know how many years ago now, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, by the brand. I used it up and I was in love with it. But the stupid thing is so bloody expensive that I couldn't bring myself to buy another one. So when I had this lovely gift card at Ulta, I decided to snap it up. Sadly, I haven't been able to open it yet because much like the Fourth Ray Beauty one, like, I'm just not removing enough makeup lately. So I do love this one. It is super expensive, but I do think it's really good. And I can't wait to use it again. So at the back here, I do have some Sweat Block Clinical Strength Antiperspirant. These are sweat blockers, basically. I did a sponsored post for this brand quite a few years ago now. It was a blog post, and this stuff works great. I can't even remember the brand name now, and it's gonna drive me nuts. Oh, hopefully I'll think of it later and I'll annotate it somewhere. But I had used a certain brand throughout my teen years to stop my armpits from sweating because frankly it was just becoming embarrassing, and that stuff worked wonders. And you can still buy that stuff now too, but this brand was another one that I wanted to try out, and they did offer to sponsor a blog post. Used it, works great. These things are kind of neat because they're little towelettes that you can use instead of like the dabber application method that the other brand that I can't remember the name of right now would use. And this strength is not as high as the other brand, but because of that, this stuff is not as itchy on the armpits when you're using it to like dry up your sweat cells. So this stuff was really good. And then at the back here, I've got two applicator mitts for tanning. And honestly, I've ditched all of my like tanning bottles because they were getting super old and they were just never used. I tried self tanner a few times and I never really found like the tone looked that good on me. I went very orange, not like Donald Trump Oompa Loompa orange, but I did go orange enough that I wasn't really content with the color, and it didn't really make me want to try other brands. And honestly, this stuff is just such a hassle. Self-tanner is a pain in the butt. It comes off on your clothing. It doesn't leave stain marks, but it will leave like a streak of brown behind, and I'm like, that's not appealing. So I still have tanning mitts, and I don't really know why, because it's not like I'm going back to self-tanner anytime soon. Okay, at the very back here, I have some makeup remover things. I've got a Neutrogena one here. There's another Quo one. I won't get into those. I'm not really using them right now because there's no point. I use them for the gym and that's it. But yeah, that's what's kind of sitting back there. And then the other thing I have, which is the last remaining box in here, would be all of my JoJo's bath bombs. I mean, I think there's some Lush ones in here as well, but this is everything that I haven't been able to get to yet, and this box fills me with so much joy because I just reach in here and I'll grab like a cute little bath bomb. There's the fun little pretzel one over here. Like, this is just like a box of joy to me, and I keep it kind of stocked full now because I'm really obsessed with JoJo's bath bomb. So I love having all these like bath bombs that I can just grab whenever I'm feeling like having a bath. So that is it for the two shelves that I thought that you guys would find interesting in my closet area. This stuff used to be a lot more stocked for sure. I used to have so many more products because I was constantly reviewing skincare items for the blog, and over time it just got to be too much. I got really tired of testing out skincare that I'd give it a shot for like 4 to 6 weeks, and then I'd want to go back to another product. But then there was always something else new to try out, and I just wasn't getting through stuff. So I kind of cut out skincare reviews entirely, and I just keep stuff now that a few of them, like quite a few of these have definitely been sent to me by PR, but it all tends to be stuff that I like because I'll reach out and ask for it, or it's a brand that I'm already like happy to still be working with in terms of like receiving PR products. I'm not working with as in being sponsored, but just like sometimes getting something. And there we have it. Those are the products that are waiting in the wings to be used. I used to have a lot more in there because I used to blog about a lot more products, frankly, but I'm happy with where it's at right now because I don't feel like I've got like 10 face cleansers waiting to be used. It's a little bit more manageable now. I hope you found that interesting. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.